Good evening, everybody. Rajni from Sashakti Access Learning Center. My Mumbai Mums group. I have a WhatsApp group. It's called the Mumbai Super Mums group. Some of the participants, actually quite a lot of participants there, they requested me to do a video on behavior correction. So here I am. I just pulled out some time to do this behavior correction video. So it's a very, behavior correction is a huge thing in itself. It's like an ocean, and 10 minutes is by any chance not doing justice to behavior correction, but I will quickly try and put my thoughts together on how I think that behavior correction can be impacted and at a permanent, sustainable, deep-rooted level. Firstly, for behavior correction to happen, you have to set the expectation right. If you have not set your expectation right with the kid, if you don't look like you mean business, you're saying sit down, sit down, sit down, you're smiling like a couple of parents that I've seen they do. The child he doesn't know that you're serious about something. So first thing is that your facial expressions, your body language, everything has to mean to the kid that when you say something, it needs to be taken seriously. Yeah. So if you see the way my facial expressions are changing, say for example, if I have a kid who is just not ready to listen to me, will not sit down, will run away, I have to sit him down and work. So first thing, of course, the environment modification. I will try and sit him down to a corner. I'll have a table where he can, he cannot run away very easily. The accessibility is a little denied. Second, as far as my demeanor, my body language is concerned, it will look I'll be very firm, I'll be sweet. So if you can see, the way my facial expressions are now changing, it's not showing that I'm very easy about certain things. I mean business. Okay. So when I say, let's say for example, I don't want to name anybody's kid, so I say my kid. Let's say a younger version of Jay. So I say, Jay, when mama says sit, you sit. Sit down. And then he doesn't listen. I hold him gently, but I sit him down. He's all over the place. He's biting, he's shouting, he's hitting. Physical prompt needed. So you will hold his hands. So you will hold him in a position. Everything. Why I said that your facial expression? Because everything about you has to convey to him that you mean business. And then it has to be associated with the sense of loss. Sense of loss does not mean thap, thup, thap, thappad, pitai, cheekna. That is the wrongest possible thing you can do when you're behavior correcting. If you're going to hit the child, abhi nahi, I'm busy, later. If you're going to hit the child, the entire thing falls flat. Why? Because once you've given a slap to the kid, then the kid begins to cry or something happens and you feel guilty, you feel sad, and then you later on you go to the kid and you say, oh my poor thing, acha aage se mat karna, ye wo, you give lots of gyan. And then you give the child what he was crying for. Say for example, he was crying for a toy, or he was biting himself and he wanted the toy, and you got frustrated and gave one thappad. Why are you biting yourself? Stop doing that, blah 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 blah. And you gave one thappad and you shouted. The kid knows that you've lost it. Okay, you've lost that battle completely, because now you will feel sad. Then you will give him lots of love, and then you will say, "Aage se nahi karna. Ye lo jo toy tumko chahiye tha." The kid knows the way to get the toy. So please never get into hitting or scolding. So the best way to impact behavior correction, which is what I have experienced over the years, and that has given me 100% result, is if your face is showing no expression. It's like very, very cool and calm and firm, and you are not giving him another chance. 20 attempts and you're still not frustrated. He's again lying down, you're again picking him up, putting him back and saying, very good sitting, excellent. So your body is telling him, you listen to what I'm telling you to do. You have to listen to what I'm telling you to do. Thereafter, once you've told him, then there is no guarantee that the kid will listen. Why will he listen? Unless there's a sense of loss. Sense of loss means you have to be a very attractive person with, if your kid is this level. Otherwise, I'll tell more strategies. You could do, something like this is I can't place it on the, okay, now if you can see. So it's like, okay, so it's movement and this and that. Anything that is going to attract him, or probably a Beyblade kind of a thing or something, So the physical, tangible reinforcers, or something like lots of light and sound. yeah, anything that's going to attract the kid enough to want the thing. Now I've just kept these random things. It may be that the child may not be interested in anything that's tactile, like a slime. So once you have enough goodies in your backside, in your cupboard, and you say, wow, I have lots of, I mean, the kid says, wow, mama has lots of, or teacher has lots of toys, slime or whatever they care for. First you need to know what is it that they care for. And please, this is again my personal thinking, but avoid food as a reinforcer. If you keep food as a reinforcer for behavior correction, I have not come across one kid who would have had proper behavior correction because of food. It doesn't work. Because then to get the food they do the behavior. It works counterproductive. That okay, now first I will do this, whatever, hit, bite, punch, whatever, and then mommy will say, now you sit nicely and I will give you a cookie. Sit down, I will give you a cookie. And then mommy gives a cookie. So ultimately to get the cookie, the behavior, it begins to be counterproductive. So avoid food. So even for the toys, it could land up with that also. If the kid, he wants the toy, so he'll start banging his head or something. So the one thing that I want to tell you, if you want to correct any behavior, the first thing you need to do is do not give success to the behavior. Giving success to the behavior means he's shouting, hitting, biting, fighting, shouting for a particular thing he wants, a toy he wants. You are resisting, and eventually you give him what he wanted. The minute he gets it, his brain makes the association. You shout at this level, you don't get it. Raise the bar. Now shout at this level and you will get it. Now the second day, you've heard Rajni, you're motivated, you're fired up. Okay, so then you're not giving in. He's here. He is going to raise the bar and you say, oh my God. And you then give in. De do, isko jo chahiye de do. Eventually, every time you've done this, you have taken his behavior to a next level, making it so difficult for you. So if he wants that mobile, if he wants that toy, if he wants that chocolate, if he wants to go in that particular lift, he cannot be allowed to do that. Which means if he's here, or he's here, or he's here, or he's across, he's just beyond the roof, he can still not be allowed. So you have to have a calm face. You have to just be there and say, no, it doesn't work like this. So sit down, ask me properly. Then I will decide whether you get it or not. And he doesn't do it, you hold him physically, he's all over the place, you just hold him in your arms and you sit. And the minute he quietens, the minute he stops crying or anything, you say, wow, brilliant, you are so good, excellent, what do you want? Now say in your words what you want. Say, mama, please give me ice cream. Say. So when he says what he wants, then you are making it look like a celebration. Wow, so that he sees the difference. When I open my mouth and say, I get, and I also get praise, and I also get encouragement. When I don't open my mouth and I do banging my head or anything, or licking a wall or something, or biting, I don't get what I want. So first thing first, stop giving what the kid is wanting. Okay, that's the main one. If you will give the kid what he wants, after lots of resistance, every time the resistance will increase. Secondly, you will have to set it real clear with the kid. Set it real clear with the kid that you listen to me, I listen to you. And that's when all of these toys and all of this figures in. So then you say, I have lots of goodies. There they are. But if you don't listen to me, if you don't sit down and finish this worksheet, then that will not happen. But then you will have to be sure of what it is that he wants. Because you are showing him in this toy and he is least interested. Then he will not trade for it. He will not listen to you for it. So behind every behavior, you will have to see what is it that he likes. You will have to keep something. In most cases, when parents say after a few days he will lose interest in what we are showing him, yes, he will lose interest in what you're showing him. Then you have to make yourself as a reinforcer. This is what I learned at Action for Autism, and it's the most brilliant thing I learned. If I become the reinforcer, if my kid is so happy spending time with me, if I'm so happy spending time with him, all over the place, I'm praising him, and that's genuine, and I'm giving him everything he wants and playing with him and things. And if I promise him we will go day after tomorrow, then it's not to tarkao him. It's not to put him off that chalenge. No. Then even if I'm having fever, I say, yes, we said we will go, we will go. When you keep that promise, then he begins to trust you. He says, yes, she will take me. And then that's the turning point. The kid begins to listen to you. After that, you have to keep building that rapport and keep saying, you listen to me, I listen to you. And then keep your body language very firm. No, this is something we cannot do. I'm sorry, you cannot do. You're supposed to sit, you please sit. Sit down, let's work. Finish. First work, then this. After that, if he's shouting, screaming, okay, let's work. Slowly, slowly, slowly over a period of time. It might seem very simple that, it's not so simple. We've been struggling for years. And here she is just trying to give us few snippets and say everything will turn around. But 12 years of my working, things do turn around. And they turn around with the same simplicity, because the kid figures out in his head, no matter what I do, if I want the goodies she has, I got to listen to her. No matter what I do, if I do not listen to her, I don't get it. So like that you will have to, plus structure their environment. Another thing, like I said, it's a huge ocean. I cannot cover everything. I just gave you a little bit glimpse because people say, talk about behavior correction. So that is why I'm also doing a training program on the 24th of August specifically on behavior correction, and on the 25th of August on social skills development in Gurgaon. The details of which can be had from 8800065000. Should you be interested, you can send me a hi on 8800065000, and I will send you the brochures. So there the entire of the day we are going to spend on how do you structure the environment, how do you get the difficult behaviors out of the child system once and for all, how do you get the child to be more compliant and under instructional control, and of course everything else related to behaviors. For now, I hope I have been of value, and on that note, thank you so much. Rajni signing off. Bye.